Good morning, traders. Welcome to Flow with the Markets Tuesday, volume 172. Here we are 38 minutes into Frankfurt's Open, and you know how those videos go. I just jump on the markets, analyze all the pairs that we usually cover in the weekly outlook and setups, and see, of course, how Monday played out, what kind of adaptations we can make, what would I expect for today, and of course, throw a little forecast for the remaining of the week as well, right? So this video is pretty raw as well. I just jump into it, have a look at the charts, and hopefully you're going to get an insight into how I adapt on a daily basis, because pretty much, honestly, I change my bias very often, right? So what I tell you on Saturday, cool, we are this on the hourly time frame, this is what I'm going to be looking for. But on Monday, I can take a longer short, then on Tuesday, I'm going to be completely doing something different, right? Because again, for day traders, it's all about the flow, right? And if you day trade, then of course you have to follow the lower time frames or potentially like meso middle time frames, like the 15-minute, for example, or maybe the hourly. Those are time frames that are going to be changing very often, so you have to be following them very closely and of course adapting to what is happening right now, because as day traders, our goal is to just catch a small move. Right? For me nowadays on EU, I just want to catch 25 pips. That's it. 20 to 25 pips is an average move, and you can catch this by just being with the flow and going with the overall momentum and with the overall trend. So let's see how the market played out. So far, I am very happy with the open of the market yesterday. Two amazing opportunities on EU. Unfortunately, I hesitated on the first one, which was around the London Open, and the second one I wasn't on the charts. So again, coming out of what I spotted with my community as well, they took that beautiful short, which went for running around 10R, but all of them started securing very fast. So going break even fast, taking some partials very fast, because we're all coming from two messy weeks where our strategy didn't work as great. So we really have to evaluate everything and speak about it. And right now the market's starting moving, and the traders are kind of scared, like and even like me. I got myself yesterday hesitating, and I was like, man, is this gonna work out? Like, it hasn't been working out for 2 weeks. So currently, DXY actually went on and made a new higher high, which is beautiful. So again, as you can see, even from Friday, we pulled back. As I told you, this bullish flow being built up from here, it looks pretty good. Breakout structure, retest, higher low formation, and a massive higher high expansion right now. So Monday, it just opened, right? You can see them from Sunday, bullish, London Open right there. No, this is Asia, push, and then London Open, massive expansion higher. And then we started to consolidate for a little bit. Also during New York, we had another long on the Dixie and another short on Euro. So currently, this is where we are. You know what I always tell you, when the market impulses massively, don't wait for it to pull back all the way down and then to go, right? All it needs to do is 30% pullback, okay? The trick to this play right there is that, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this can be the Elliott wave pretty much finishing, so we can have like a correction down as well, okay? But you can also read it in a different way, say, okay, this did its stuff right there, chopped around, and this is the first real push that actually really exited this overall range. So again, it's very subjective, but currently to me, the hourly is bullish. So it's high probability we take longs on the Dixie. But yes, if we go right now on the 15-minute, so it's not entirely clean and it's currently bullish, right? So I'm not going to break it down fully, but this is the last breakout structure. This is a trend change down. There we have a breakout structure with a gap. There is another breakout structure, so we shifted to bullish right there. The market came in and it responded from this, broke up, and right now it's responding from this, right? So we are technically right now bullish. This is our last higher low demand zone. We're tapping inside it right now, and this is our last structure break. So two outcomes on Dixie. We auto respond from here and continuing on, making a new higher high, maybe filling the gap which hasn't been filled, or yeah, potentially giving us another, as I said, 25 to 30 pips move into the highs, right? Or we're gonna be trend changing down, going bearish, and creating a slightly bigger pullback, maybe, because you can see like we have a massive run into the high, so maybe a slightly bigger pullback is needed before we continue going higher. Okay, so those are my two outcomes right now. If we break below this structure, then I'm going to be looking to adapt for shorts if provided, but from now you can actually be looking for longs and then to potentially take it into the highs. Again, is it going to go and break the high? I don't know. right? It can come in and, for example, oftentimes I've seen it come in and respect the zone like this, right? Let's just make it bigger like that, and then potentially reversing, because this is the high, right? This is the high, and it's usually a very strong supply zone if given an entry opportunity inside. Okay, so there are my two outcomes on the Dixie. Right now, you can be dropping like to the 1 minute right now to have a look for some entries. Potentially, I would love to see it right now go a little bit deeper to potentially take out this low right there, and from there we can potentially start looking for longs. So that is Dixie right now. Bullish on the 15, bullish on the 40 time frame. So high probability is longs, but of course we have a potential of maybe a slightly bigger pullback on the 4H. So let's see if that's gonna happen. EU, as we discussed, it was staying within an inside bar, right? So we had the one daily candle right there, and then we have 3 daily inside bars within that candle. We finally break it down, and this also forms a new break of structure right now, which confirms a downtrend. Because remember what I told you, this is the first break, cool, but then we held from supply, we chopped for a little bit, and this is the second break, which confirms a new downtrend. Of course, we can start drawing demand levels on the left, but again, we are in a downtrend. So what I'm going to be focusing on is going short, right? Massive dump to the downside. So again, the big question is, are we going to right now initiate a bigger pullback? So are we going to be pulling back to the 50%, or are we going to be enough with like a 30% pullback, which is right there? Okay. So again, tricky to know. We don't know. And a lesson I learned yesterday is, because yesterday I actually skipped that trade because the market was right here. And I was like, well, we're making a new lower low. I would expect the market to start pulling back. Well, it's not about what you expect, bro. It just flow with the market, right? If it's bearish, you go down. It doesn't matter if it's making a high or a lower low. If my time frame is bearish, then you should short, right? So I really regret not taking this trade yesterday, which was from here. Go and explore how you could have taken a short. Beautiful short that went for a lot. Second short I wanted to take was from here, but it was 1630. I wasn't on the charts, but I really regret not taking this short right there because it was beautiful. So currently, if I just very quickly analyze it again with the brush, so the break of structure happened right there. Here we have a bullish reversal. Here we have a break. So this is the last demand that we're inside. And if I actually draw this demand, you can see it hasn't been broken yet. Oh no, sorry. It broke. I was referring to the Dixie actually. So here we actually had a very little break, which is again a little bit debatable, because if you go to another broker, I have to be checking my MT4 actually. It might not have been broken, right? But let's say it broke. So this is the supply, and look what is happening right now. It's about to break above it, right? Which means that Dixie should be breaking below. Okay, so maybe we're gonna have that bearish scenario on the Dixie and a bullish scenario on EU, because if this one right now breaks above, right there, then I'm gonna be looking to trade from something like this, right? I'd rather take it bigger, maybe use like a 25-minute time frame. Yeah, looks good right there, maybe 24, something like this. Well, you find your zone according to your strategy, right? But I will be looking, for example, if it breaks above, to get a retest and then to potentially expand higher, right? Why? Because we can initiate a pullback today. So if you have a look at the news, today is very quiet. Yesterday pumped very nicely. Today is very quiet. So today maybe we make a little correction, and then tomorrow with the news, maybe then we drop lower. But who knows? Again, this is forecasting, and I don't want to do forecasting. My job is to flow and to trade what is currently being offered. Okay, so let's see. By the time we do this analysis, it could actually break. Well, there it goes. It's gonna break right now. So I'm gonna look on my other screen and actually set an alert so that we don't miss the long trade. Okay. The JPYs, so yeah, this one, we were breaking it down, and I told you to watch out with the JPYs, give them a little bit of time, but you can see what happens, which is a very tricky situation. So here we had this higher low, the market actually broke it. So technically this one broke down, and then you can see technically this one broke up. So see what's happening. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's chopping, right? It's not moving in a clear fashion. And again, if we go back to the daily, like, yeah, we're tapping into weekly demand. The daily is bearish. The hourly is this. Euro yen, it's not the best right now. But overall, we again made a new high. We're currently in a little bit of a kind of a pullback phase. But on the 15-minute, you can see right now it's bullish. It's bullish right now. So this is like the last break, and this is the last break higher. Right, so then what caused the break is this. So you can be looking for longs, which you can see it actually tapped, then wicked higher. I don't like this pair right now. It's just doesn't move properly. And as you can see, it pulls back right there. It doesn't really retest anything. It just taps here and goes. Like, I don't know how you could enter from here and where do you place your stop loss. So I would give it some time. It currently, once again, I don't want to say this, but I keep saying it also to my team. I told them to keep me accountable to it. Oftentimes the market feels like it's too high or too low, right? So you can see right now, it just pushed, it just made a new high, so it's gonna go down. Well, no. If the 50-minute right now aligns bullish like this, it could potentially attack the high. We have taken Asian low, manipulated below. We have aligned 15-minute bullish, so the bias is longs right now. So of course you can be dropping to the 5-minute or to the 1-minute to look for your entry. And yeah, even if you wish, you could have entered from here, stop loss below, and then potentially you can be even running a long trade right now. Yeah, this doesn't look bad at all. It didn't grab much liquidity. It's a little bit of a tricky delivery. It actually grabbed it on this pullback, but then the shift of structure happened with a new high, and then it pulls back pretty much like this. But it's a valid trade. It's a valid trade to me. So yes, I'm currently long bias on UJ, but of course it can change by the time I speak. Aussie dollar, so very nice to see. So this one already kind of pulled back below above 50% right there, and already went on and made a new lower low without providing much of a setup, I think, right? Maybe if you follow like the 50-minute closely. Currently, this one is supply, but if you break above this supply, I'm not gonna say that the 4-hourly is turning bearish, and I'm not gonna tell you why, because this is a secret. Okay, so we're still trading within this range right there, and if this one right now aligns bullish on the 50-minute, then it means similar to EU, we're going to be pulling back and then potentially launching a new way lower. So what I love about this one is that we're still in a valid Elliott wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would expect another lower low to the downside. When it's going to happen and how, we don't know. Okay, so right now technically okay, this chart is different. The one day is always different, man. I hate it. Currently, so yeah, it depends whether this is a break for you or not. Here it broke lower and here it broke higher. But on my broker, this was the demand zone. And I was actually telling my team early in the morning that we should be looking for longs right now. And I haven't checked it, but hopefully some of my guys took this one. Hopefully some of them took this one, yeah. It's not bad. Yeah, this is definitely not bad. Already running very nice. The stop loss is a bit big, but yeah, it depends on where you actually press the button, right? So beautiful long trade right there. And if you were too late, so right now it's actually reversing, so you can be looking to start flowing with that bullish flow, because again, this 4-hourly supply right there, it responded, but it doesn't look like it's gonna break below. Massive momentum is being introduced right now. EU is also going bullish, DXY is going bearish. So if you have a pullback, then I would say go long. And then yeah, potentially we can be pulling back a little bit higher before we initiate a move lower. Tomorrow we have NZD interest rates, so this can indirectly impact the Aussie as well. So let's see. Very bad to see that Owanda, for example, here it broke. On the other side it wasn't, but because then we have breakdown, break up, breakdown. So technically we would have been bearish if we took a trade from here on this broker. Right, so always, guys, if you're having difficulties with your data feed, always check your MT4, right? Because it's actually the MT4 that is going to determine your trade. Okay, so very nice long right now running around the London Open on AU. I guess we're too late to the party. Well, hopefully my team took it. Push down, pull back on AJ. It tried to push down, it failed, and right now it's pulling back. And again, so what are we doing right now, guys? This is the worst pair ever. So again, as I'm gonna say, leave this one for a bit, right? Sure, it's bearish, it pulled back 50%, but look at it, it didn't take out the low, right? So if it didn't take out the low, then technically this high should be taken, right? And then if you go on the 50-minute again, yeah, you can go bullish, 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 then it pulls back right there. And yeah, then it breaks up, then it breaks down, and yeah, technically it's actually still bearish right there, because you can see this is the last break, this caused the break, then here we reverse down, so bearish. What caused the break? It's this, right? So it retested, failed to take it out, so this one becomes weak, it takes it out. So we can either get a short right now or a long, but I would say just skip this pair because it's both short and longs at the same time. So yeah, I'm not gonna be breaking this down because I just don't want you to trade it. The NZDs are looking much better. So there we go. Very nice bullish price action, very nice push, very nice pullback, and at major higher low demand. So you can see right here, this little slowdown, it pushed down. Unlike the Aussie, if you remember, the Aussie is still staying within this one, just about to break it. The NZD has already broken it and already pushing away from it. Okay, so definitely more bullish. Have a look at here as well. Like AU is just starting to push. This one is already making new high. So we can see that the NZD is definitely stronger. Right now it's aligning bullish. It's a bit debatable because again, yeah, we have this push that took like 23 hours to push up, and then we have this, but yeah, no, this is because it's the weekend. No, this is wrong to do. The momentum up is similar to the momentum down. So it's a little bit not very clean, but again, if I just measure it actually correctly, it took 5 bars to push up, and then it took 6 bars to push down. So you can see it's not very momentous to the upside. But currently, again, this is the most recent break of structure in the 50 minutes. So I'm going to be looking to trade from this higher low formation right there. Right? So I'm going to be looking for the pullback, and then I'm going to be looking for my entry setups on the 1 minute. So that's NZD USD. Very, very, very simple. Trading from a major higher low demand zone, right? So 4 hourly is bullish, 100% bullish to me. Right? Yeah, 100% bullish to me. Somebody asked me, why do I take wicks as breaks? Well, I started taking wicks as breaks because it offers me more opportunity. So right now, if you didn't take this as a wick break, then what is your trend? What is this then? Is it a liquidity gap? So are you bearish? Right? I found out that trying to spot wicks and what is a liquidity gap, what is not, is very confusing. So again, I try to systematize my strategy as much as possible. Unlike AJ, NJ moves very nicely, push, pullback, and it's already making a new high. So we have to adapt. Oops, what am I doing? There is our new 4-hourly break, and currently we're making a new one. Right, so we have 2 4-hourly breaks. This is a nice supply zone, demand zone, and this is also a nice one. But currently this one is in a push phase, and it's making a new 4-hourly high. So that is important, right? That is important. But similar to what we had yesterday on EU, it was also making a new lower low, but it kept massively dumping. So this one can just keep pushing. Okay. So for example, if this right now is your most recent 50-minute range, right? Let it pull back, take a long. If it stops you out, right, wait for it to pull back deeper, then wait for the 50-minute to align again, and then you go for it again. Right? It's very simple, right? You just gotta be there and follow, which is my biggest disadvantage right now because I'm really busy once again, and I just cannot stay at the charts all the time. And even though I set alerts, sometimes like yesterday I was at the uni and I just can't execute a trade, right? So yeah, this is my NJ right now. Right, it's bullish, making a new 4-hourly high. The trend is bullish. This is the most recent demand zone. If it breaks, then we wait for it to align bullish again. Right, very simple. UJ, it's responding to the supply, but this supply is wrong to draw, right? Because it's just a reaction point. Here we broke structure lower. There we shifted 4-hourly bullish, and right now we shift 4-hourly we don't shift, but we confirm the bullish trend. So this one is respected. So right now it's a little bit hard to take a demand, so I'm just gonna take it like this, like a major range higher low, right? Massive push up, right now in a little bit of a pullback. Okay, so this one is not wrong to draw, but it's kind of wrong because you can't just draw this and say I'm gonna short from here. Why? The 4-hourly is bullish right now, so why would you go against the trend? Right? On the 50-minute right now, so it broke up. Did it break here? No. So it broke up here. Tricky. So is this the break or is this the major? Candle bearish. No. Okay, so this is a bit tricky, but technically we're still trading in this range or in this range if you want to be more precise, and this is your demand zone. Right, so I'm not gonna tell you why, but this is according to my rules. And as you can see, the market chop, it pulled back right there, responded, and right now it aligned bullish. Right, aligned bullish actually right there. It aligned bullish, then it pulls back, responds from this demand, then it breaks up again, and right now it's pulling back to respond from this. But technically still, the major range is this to me. right? All of this right now is internal, and this is internal alignment. There is a difference between external, right, when the 50-minute is actually down and then it aligns up, and there's a difference when the 50-minute is up but just internally it shifts down and then it aligns back up, right? But I am kind of skeptical on it. Like, it's, again, I don't want to say it, but it's very high. Just made a new high. This range is not proper. It hasn't taken out the Asian low, right? So right now it's pulling back, and you should be looking for, like, right now for an entry, for example, which can already be provided right there. So even if you wish to be swing trading, like, swing trading is very easy if you just come with the Fanatics and learn how we draw structure in a very systematic way, and how we also enter it from there. On the 50-minute, you can just do the same, but you can just enter on the 50-minute. Like that right there literally could be a trade right now. But what I have found out is that this has a slightly lower win rate. Why? Well, because you don't wait for a 1-minute confirmation. And the 1-minute confirmation, I have it very systematic, and it's gonna save you a lot of losses. Right? So again, there are drawbacks. But this is how I look at UJ right now. It's bullish on the 4H, it's bullish on the 50-minute time frame. So if, again, technically we're still in this range, so the market can do anything it wants, but as long as it stays above this level, we are technically bullish. Right? So I would be looking for ways to get in long, right? And then if it reverses, then of course we have to evaluate and see if we can actually go short or something. Okay, so let's see how it goes. But so far, bullish. UCAD is still pulling back towards a supply zone, but once again, the trend is bullish. So this one did not pull back as I expected, right? So let's just delete everything. So breakdown, break up, break up, break up. It's been pushing up for quite a while. Well, not quite a while. 1, 2, 3 legs or something. So not very clean candles right there. So this right there can be demand. This right there can be demand, but not very clean. Yeah. I don't like it very much, but technically this is our 4-hourly range right now. This is the 4-hourly range, but also we have to take in mind we're pulling back into a major kind of weekly supply or something. Okay, so we got to be careful with this. And then if you drop on the 50-minute time frame, I'm not following UCAD, by the way, so it's the first time I'm looking at it. I only monitor EU and US30, you know, so those pairs I just look at them for the first time. So technically this is still the push, right? And all this is complex, like something similar to UJ. And yeah, it tapped first time, tried to respond, tapped second time, trying to respond. It just looks like it wants to break it, right? So if we break below this zone, we shift bearish. Then you can try to get short, but then as soon as we tap 50% in this first demand zone, we should be looking, for example, for the market to align bullish and then go higher. Okay, so maybe UCAD, this is going to be the play on UCAD, right? Or of course, according to the hard time frames, we are once again at the daily supply zone. Maybe, was it weekly as well? No, weekly is bullish, daily is bearish, and 4-hourly is bullish. So absolute confusion, right? And this is why I tell you always to pick one time frame as your major one if you want to be systematic. So that's how I look into it. I will be curious to long from this zone right there, from the 50%, from a very nice 4-hourly demand zone. So right now, if the 50-minute shifts bearish, if it breaks below this line right there, I'm going to be looking for a short, taking it into the lows right there, and then I'm going to be looking for the 50-minute to align bullish and then to eventually take a long. So that's my plan on UCAD. USD Swiss, I just don't know about them. I've never had success with Swiss francs. I traded them before. GU, I'm not going to go into GU because it doesn't have much, right? So still we are trading within this range. This is the 4-hourly push. All of this is internal madness and it's consolidating. Okay, so I'm not touching GU right now. I'm not trading GU, but intraday, yeah, yesterday, similar to EU, you could have taken quite a few shorts actually. Maybe I have to start trading GU. 1 short, 2 shorts, 3 shorts. 1, 2, 3. Oh, made lower lows. Like, look at that. I have to go and examine if they actually gave a setup. But you can see it kind of comes in, responds, liquidity grab, response, liquidity grab, response, liquidity grab, right? It has its patterns and I don't like it much. But yes, so far it's bullish on the 4-hourly time frame. On the 50-minute, it's very hard right now. It's very hard because it formed all of this madness right there. So technically it kind of broke structure up right there. Then it shifted down, and right now it wants to shift up potentially, but like this is the last supply. Right, so knowing that we're overall bullish and we pull back towards this zone and actually this low failed to break, but we just accumulated and impulsed higher. I do get a feeling it might go up, right? If the Dixie goes down, GU might go up. So that's my feeling, but I don't see the setup right now in terms of longs. So again, give it some time, maybe wait for it to clearly shift and then just jump on continuations, right? But this is also GU, so I don't think it's gonna go very easily. It's probably gonna go in, take out daily low, take out Asian low, stop you out again, and then potentially go. So let's see. GJ also pushed up, but as you can see, this one actually gave us a little bit of a pullback right there. So it took out this low, which was supposed to be liquidity. Why? Well, because this low failed to make a new high, so it becomes liquidity. Tapped inside and it's been reversing. So what we have to do is just move our fib. Move our fib. There is our new range. You can draw a demand zone from here and wait for it to tap. So currently it's at a higher high. The 50-minute time frame is probably a little bit bearish. So break up, break down. Break down, break up, break down. I don't like this once again, so if I want to trade this one, I'm gonna wait for a little bit more, because precisely with all of these wicks right there, even the structure is not clear. So either wait for the market to go down for a bit and then give you a nice shift up, or just wait for a clean bullish alignment right now and then to take a long. Okay, so GJ, give it a little bit of time, because you don't want to trade in this right now. It's not very clean. Okay, so either wait for it to go ahead and make a new lower low, so then you have a cleaner range, so then you know what you should break above in order to shift bullish, right? Or wait for it to actually break bullish right now and then start with a continuation. Okay, give it some time. London is just opening right now, so let's just wait for a bit. Okay, gold, not much of an update on gold. Like yeah, it pushed down yesterday, so I think you could have taken a couple of shorts. Maybe similar to like EU and GU, some of them that like went down. So I can see this one was supply. It came in very sharply and maybe gave you a short right there. A beautiful run to the lows. Right now it's coming back again towards the same levels. And as you can see, the 50-minute broke the Asian high, tapped into that supply and shifted bearish, right? So you can be looking for a short right now. But there is another detail that there is, like, according to my rules, but I don't trade gold with those rules, so I don't know how it works. It's currently actually bullish on the 50-minute, right? So slightly bit debatable, but I would say yeah, but if you remember, the daily is actually bullish. So this could be a pullback in order for it to actually go higher, okay? But yeah, let's see. Let me know what you gold traders think. Yeah, I'm confused on this one right now. Because again, daily is bullish, hourly is bearish, and the hourly range, like according to me, is this. So I cannot wait for this one to break until I say I'm bullish on the hourly. It just doesn't make sense, right? So either we go for a new low and then we break this structure, right? Or we just keep following 50-minute, and the 50-minute can go up, 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 right? We can take 100 longs until it breaks, right? So then if it breaks, then we can say, okay, well, hourly is bullish, but I took 100 longs on the way up. Right, so again, follow a slightly lower time frame, go with the flow, right? So currently it's just trying to set up right now. So we have like a bearish scenario from here, but we also have like a bullish scenario from there. So I'm looking forward to see which one is going to play out and then to potentially just jump on the train, right? Don't try to predict, just react and go with the market. I am giving also US30 a little bit of time because it just continues to chop. So it's probably waiting for something. You can see yesterday around New York Stock Exchange open, just move up, move down, not the greatest, right? So you can see it's overall ranging. What happens? Takes out the high, takes out the lows, and then it continues to consolidate. So this one is cooking for something. So if you're trading indices, be careful. Be careful. So I'm not going to go into them because there is nothing much to update, but be careful. You can see NASDAQ as well starts to withdraw a little bit. As I mentioned, it pulled back, it aligned internally, it pulled back again on Sunday open, and right now it's going down very slowly, potentially, hopefully to make a new lower low, right? So if you're trading NASDAQ, then the bias is shorts, right? The bias is shorts, but let's see, of course, let's see if this is the real pullback before we continue going lower. I'm very curious to know. Some stocks are falling, like for example, I got a notification, Apple yesterday is nicely falling, so yeah, let's see. S&P as well. Hourly alignment, hourly break, pulling back right now into supply, but it continues to chop. So again, guys, give it some time. They probably want something to happen before they move. Okay. and the cryptos just keep making new lower lows, which is great. I think it could be a good time to maybe start investing soon, but I would personally wait for a little bit more downside. If you believe in crypto, you can be, of course, dollar cost averaging. So you can be buying from here, buying from here, buying from here, buying from here. Right now, it's a good buy from there because you're going to get a better average price, right? But again, I'm not into it right now, so I wouldn't speak about it much. So DXY right now, look at this development. So oftentimes this can also be a liquidity gap. So it gives you a shift and then it continues up. But if it does this, then I go long. Okay. So currently what I'm going to be curious to see if we're actually going to have a short trade right there, which means a long trade on the EU. So there's my forecast on the EU. It's playing out so far. So right now I'm going to be like dropping to the 1 minute, waiting for the market to get inside this level and then get a long. Again, I might not take this long right now because again, the 1 minute might not provide, and it's always great when you have like a 50-minute setup like this, but the 1 minute just doesn't provide, and then it keeps on and breaks, and then you're like, yes, I love you 1 minute, right? Then if we break below, I'm going to be looking for a short, right? I'm just going to keep flowing with the 50-minute until, of course, I get it right and until I get a setup. Okay, so this one goes like this. AU, there we go. AU also very similar. So again, it kind of looks a little bit bearish from the supply, but it shifted bullish, so it could be a pullback right now. GU also does need some time, but you can see GU is actually bearish. So this one could have actually like given as a short right there, but I don't think so, just looking at it like this. And yeah, the others like the JPYs, I would definitely stay away from AJ. I would try to go long like on NU and NJ, right? So let's see. Right, this is my outlook for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for tomorrow because tomorrow we have huge news, right? So today could be a little bit sloppy, could be a bit choppy to accumulate a little bit, but I would be really happy today to see, for example, a little bit of a bearish pullback on the Dixie, a little bit of a bullish pullback on EU, and then tomorrow to potentially fall and make a bigger move. But again, it's not about what I want to happen and what I feel is good to happen. It's about what is actually going to happen and, of course, adapting to it. I wish you an absolutely amazing week. Hopefully we all get some amazing trades, right? And make sure to just follow risk management, follow your plan, execute systematically, and it's gonna pay off, okay? Have an amazing week and talk to you soon.